Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best camera monitors.
Starting at number 5.
Panasonic LUMIX S5 II. Panasonic makes everything from TVs and appliances to batteries, headphones, and cameras. Its camera lineup is marketed under the LUMIX brand and is made up primarily of digital mirrorless cameras. From video-oriented ILCs like the Panasonic LUMIX GH5 II to budget bridge cams like the Panasonic LUMIX FZ80. For a long time, Panasonic mainly produced cameras within the Micro Four Thirds system, which the company standardized in collaboration with Olympus. Four Thirds camera sensors are about half the size of full-frame sensors, so they're smaller than APS-C sensors but larger than those typically found on compact point-and-shoot cameras. That makes them good portable alternatives to larger sensor options and gives them more focal reach. More recently, Panasonic has also started producing full-frame cameras thanks to the L-mount alliance with Leica and Sigma, which all produce L-mount compatible cameras. The Panasonic LUMIX S5 II is the best Panasonic camera we've tested. Whereas the original Panasonic LUMIX S5 offered a ton of value for its price, the S5 II improves upon the formula in a few key ways, namely being the first LUMIX camera to feature phase detection autofocus. This enthusiast model is a great choice for hybrid and video shooters, with advanced video features like 6K video, internal 10-bit recording, and plenty of codec/format support. It's no slouch for still photography either, especially when it comes to image quality, though it still falls short of brands like Sony or Canon when it comes to burst shooting and AF implementation.
Coming at number 4.
Fujifilm X-H2 Mirrorless. As its name suggests, Fujifilm started manufacturing film in the early 20th century until it eventually began producing cameras in the late 1940s under the Fujica moniker. It was also one of the most successful camera companies to transition from film to digital, and it's now one of the leading producers of APS-C and medium-format mirrorless cameras. Its X-series includes entry-level models like the Fujifilm X-T32, mid-range hybrid models like the Fujifilm X-S10 or its successor, the Fujifilm X-S20, and ultra-portable XE series cameras like the Fujifilm X-E4. The company also makes high-end compact cameras like the Fujifilm X100V. What unites many of these models is the brand's old-school approach to design, with retro styling and physical control dials, as well as excellent color science and in-camera processing. The Fujifilm X-H2 is one of two flagship APS-C models, along with the Fujifilm X-H2S. These are among the best Fujifilm cameras we've tested, with performance that, in some ways, rivals full-frame competitors. The X-H2 is built around a high-resolution 40MP sensor that delivers fantastic image quality and sharpness, with plenty of leeway to crop your photos. The slightly pricier X-H2S, on the other hand, uses a 26MP stack design sensor that gives it a faster readout speed for quicker burst shooting and fewer rolling shutter artifacts. Both are hybrid beasts with advanced video capabilities and excellent IBIS systems. If you're looking for portability and the dedicated exposure dials that Fuji is known for, look to XT series cameras like the Fujifilm X-T5, which shares the same high-res sensor as the X-H2.
At number 3.
Nikon Z6 II Versatile. Nikon is another of the best camera brands with a long history of producing optical devices, cameras, and lenses. One of the pioneering manufacturers of digital cameras throughout the 1990s, Nikon continues to hold its own among the top camera brands. Though it was slow to get on board the mirrorless train, Nikon has proven adaptable and continues to make smart decisions, releasing excellent quality lenses and cameras, from entry-level models like the Nikon Z50, Nikon Z30, and retro-inspired Nikon ZFC to the flagship pro-level Nikon Z9. While Nikon has now discontinued many of its DSLRs, they still have a lot to offer, including beginner models like the Nikon D3500 to enthusiast options like the Nikon D780. The brand also offers point-and-shoot cameras under its Coolpix line and is known for pushing boundaries with some of its cameras, like the Nikon Coolpix P1000, which has the longest fixed zoom lens on the market. If you're interested in Nikon, the Nikon Z6 II is an excellent hybrid camera and one of the best Nikons we've tested. Nikon cameras have some of the best ergonomics and build quality around, and the Z6 II is no exception, with incredible handling and intuitive controls. With a fast max burst rate, built-in stabilization, and some solid video specs, it's a camera that checks many boxes for both photography and video, especially if you're already in the Nikon lens ecosystem.
Number 2 of my list.
Sony Alpha 7 IV. Widely known for its TVs, soundbars, headphones, and speakers, Sony has also been making cameras since the 1990s, quickly growing into one of the top camera brands in the world. With roots in making electronic components like semiconductors and sensors, Sony is also one of the world's largest manufacturers of image sensors. You're likely to find Sony-built sensors inside cameras from other brands on this list. Sony's mirrorless camera lineup is primarily marketed under the Alpha brand name, with everything from APS-C options like the Sony Alpha 6700 to compact full-frames like the Sony Alpha 7C. The company also offers point-and-shoot cameras through its CyberShot lineup, including the premium Sony RX107. Sony cameras tend to have snappy, highly effective autofocus systems and portable bodies. It's also one of the few brands to release its proprietary lens mount specifications to third parties, giving users a wider selection of lenses for its E-mount mirrorless system. The Sony Alpha 7 IV is hands down the best Sony camera we've tested. This hybrid model improves upon the highly popular Sony Alpha 7 III by updating its video specs to appeal to the demands of today's hybrid photo and video shooters. It also has a higher resolution sensor, making it an excellent choice for high-level photography. With in-body image stabilization IBIS, 10-bit 4:2:2 internal recording, excellent autofocus, and many lens options, this is one of the best enthusiast cameras you can get.
And number 1.
Canon EOS R6 Mark. If you know anything about cameras, you've probably heard of Canon. Canon has been around since the 1930s, often pitted against its longtime rival Nikon, and still largely dominates today's camera market. With exceptional professional services, Canon has long been a favorite among professional photographers, and their cameras typically feature robust, ergonomic designs, intuitive menu systems, and excellent autofocus systems. The brand's DSLR lineup ranges from beginner cameras like the Canon EOS Rebel T8i to popular professional models like the Canon EOS 5D Mark IV. On the mirrorless side, you have affordable, entry-level models like the Canon EOS R50, mid-range models like the Canon EOS R10 and Canon EOS R7, all the way to pro-grade full-frame options like the Canon EOS R5. The best Canon camera we've tested is the Canon EOS R6 Mark II. Improving upon the already excellent Canon EOS R6, this enthusiast model can do it all. Image quality is fantastic, and it performs incredibly well in low light. It also has an excellent autofocus system, borrowed from the pro-level Canon EOS R3, which can reliably track moving subjects, along with burst shooting at up to 40 frames per second with the electronic shutter. All in all, it's a very well-rounded hybrid camera for enthusiasts.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.